Welcome to WGTV, and episode 65. I'm your host Adam, and today I am going to be joined by Ben, who's very excited. But yes, we will come on to that. We will go on to why Ben's very excited. Very excited. We, of course, do have to say a huge thank you and a round of applause to our patrons and our sponsors that you'll have seen on the intro on the way in. Because without them, well, we wouldn't have all this fancy studio and things and all you lovely people watching. So thank you very much from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you. And so we'll need to move on as to why Ben is so ridiculously happy. And why is it, Ben? Do you want to tell the dear viewers why you're so happy? What might possibly you've been waiting not one, not two, just go tell them!
I've got a new fact book! Yes!
Finally, the Flesh Eater courts have returned home for Ben. He has been fighting away with a book that's, 3 years?
It's old.
It's old. It's gone a long time, hasn't it?
There's a couple of these pages in there and...
We don't talk about that, that's it. Yeah, that's it. But now a new book, a new dawn.
Yes.
And I'm the willing volunteer to find out how absolutely glorious they are, and to find out how bad they are, I have taken a noble quest. I am using the Fyreslayers. Ooh. So they're maybe not in the greatest spot at the moment, but we're going to see if they can hold up an oath and push back the mighty Flesh Eater courts. But we'll have to find out what scenario we're going to be playing to find out whether or not we can, or Ben remains happy. He's going to stay happy anyway, don't worry about it. He's going to stay ridiculously happy. And there is only one person that can help us find out what scenario we're doing. Now, some say, under his hood, there is a smaller hood. And underneath that hood, there is another hood. And if you were to remove that hood, you would reveal the face of Miley Cyrus.
Whoa!
All we know is he's called the Cleric.
Limited resources. Reaping the treasures of Andor does not come without consequence. The journey is treacherous, even for the most skilled of warriors. Now deep into the continent, frostbitten and exhausted, your only hope lies in claiming the meltwater from sites of power. This arcane-infused liquid holds healing properties your warriors desperately need. Siphon meltwater. When a player gains control of an objective, they start to siphon meltwater from it. After scoring victory points, if the player whose turn it is controls an objective that they controlled at the end of their previous turn, they have siphoned all of the meltwater from that objective. For the rest of the battle, that player cannot control that objective. You score in this mission as such. Score 1 victory point if you control one objective. Another if you control 2 objectives. And a third if you control more. Score 2 victory points if you've completed your battle tactic this turn.
Welcome to the Flesh Eater courts. Subfaction Gristlegore, and the Delusion is feast day. Now, let's take a closer look. We've got the General, an Abhorrent Gorewarden, his command trait, Master of the Menagerie, and the spell Deranged Transformation. And then beside him, we've got the Abhorrent Archregant. He has also taken the new spell Deranged Transformation. And then, overlooking the pair of them, is a Ghoul King on Terrorgheist, with an artifact of power, the Grim Garland. The spell, no surprise, Deranged Transformation, and the mount trait, Horribly Resilient. Now, the battle line. We've got 1 unit of 3 Morbheg Knights, with a champion, standard bearer, a musician, and exactly the same again. But backing up all of these are 3 Royal Terrorgheists in all their resplendent spikiness. The Fyreslayers of Lofnir. Now, the first up we have the General on Magmadroth. He's got the Blood of the Berserker and the mount trait Coalheart Ancient. The Magmadroth to the right, he has the mount trait of Flamescale Youngblood, and the one to the left has the mount trait of a Lava Tongue Adult. Here in front we've got a reinforced unit of Hearthguard Berserkers with broadaxes, and here we also have the other Runefather on foot carrying the Arcane Tome. Then we have an Auric Runesmiter for tunneling action with a Runic Iron, and we have another unit of Hearthguard Berserkers reinforced. Included also at the back we've got a Runic Firewall, which is going to help us with our grand strategy, and we're in a battle regiment. The Fyreslayer plan was simple. Take the army through the frozen wastes with as little incident as possible, and if they were to meet resistance, act quickly and keep to the plan. March on. The Flesh Eater Court's plan was equally as simple. Eradicate every single last Fyreslayer and have the greatest feast day ever.
Fyreslayers, turn 1. So, decided to take it more because I thought maybe there was a chance of a battle tactic before I get too close to many of Ben's troops. We went for magical dominance. We had got a primal dice, which then Ben got a primal dice. Mm-hmm. Ben then rolled, he got a primal dice, so I got a primal dice. So we've got a nice 2 primal dice each. I didn't need them. Put Mystical Shield onto his retinue here. Managed to get that on there. As we were in the corner, we didn't need any help. Managed to move these chaps up, and then did an automatic run with a command point to get the Lord up next to his retinue. Moved the 3 Magmadroths to clip this objective, hold there. Meanwhile, we dropped in, or tunneled up, as it were, with the other unit of Berserkers, with the chap there. He's gone there. We're just kind of holding the flank there. In this mission, we don't really want to take every single objective we can at the moment, because if I get the double, if I get the next turn, as it were, then I don't want to have that on for 2 turns, then I've already burned them through. It's always a strange setup with this one, with limited resources. So at the moment, I'm fairly happy with that. We see what Ben does, but that does give us score 1, score 2, score more, because Ben's already taken one over in the far corner, giving us the 5 points with the magical dominance. And yeah, let's see what the new court has to say. Fuck.
So finally, the long-awaited new FEC book, turn 1. It feels good. It feels good. So my heroic action, I went for Rousing Oration on my Ghoul King on Terrorgheist. I did it in Adam's turn as well. So basically you get the number models around the unit you pick and you roll dice every 5 up. You get a noble deed point, which is a new FEC thing. The more you have the better basically. So I did that on my Ghoul King. My battle tactic we went for Surround and Destroy because I've got my new Morbheg Knights on the side. They're nice and juicy. Spells. Gorewarden here because I went second, decided to take an extra spell. So he cast Mystic Shield onto Pinky down there and gave himself an Arcane Bolt. So he's got 3 noble deed points because he's on the throne, he's garrisoned. So ruler of all he surveys, he gets D3 just for being on there. We'll go Archregant here. He cast 2 spells. He did Deranged Transformation onto them knights over there. Gives them an extra 2 inches to the movement and +1 to wound. And my Ghoul King on Terrorgheist here, he has 3 noble deed points because he did Rousing Oration twice. I only got a 5 on each one. And then he cast a spell so he can reroll his big maw attack, which is a new thing as well. Other than that, we moved up. My Ghoul King on Terrorgheist has the Grim Garland, so anyone within 9 inches subtracts 2 from their bravery characteristic. So I put Tiny just next to him, and we shot into the nice red magma trough, because there's only enough room for 1 red monster on this board. And between both of them we did 6 mortal wounds onto him, straight off the bat, which was good. These Morbheg Knights here ran up, just to get over the halfway line, because that's the battle tactic. He stayed there within 6 of the board edge. Them 3 have moved up. I could have charged. Undecided. More thinking of the 5 points. But hopefully we'll get a FEC double turn. So, over to the tray of decisions.
Tray of destiny.
FEC with a red
Warhammer
dice.
TV!
Oh!
Right then. I don't think I want to give you a double turn.
Why? It's FEC.
I don't really think
We're
that's-
cuddly.
Don't like the idea of
We're
cuddly.
soft and cuddly.
Yeah, we'll take it. Yeah. Okay. A noble day for the Fyreslayers. We saw the opportunity, we thought, this is it, gotta go in, took the turn, red mist came in, wah! In we go into these flesh eater courts. So, we went, right, we're gonna have to pick up battle tactic. We're gonna go Beast Slayer. We're gonna bring that king down. We're gonna bring that Terrorgheist down. So we chose the mighty lord on his Magmadroth, and we said, Beast Slayer, I will kill a monster with my hero. And my god, did he. So we popped in Finest Hour. We revved it up really big. Popped in the Finest Hour. We went for the Rune of Fury. We tried for the 6. Not a 1. But that meant at least we got the extra attack that we wanted. We thought now at this point we could really put the punishment in. And as you can see, there's a bit of a hole there. We went for primal dice. I got 1. Ben got 1. So we both got 2 each again. So before we went marching off, we managed to put the Mystic Shield onto our lord there, onto our general. Now, there was a little bit of a nifty redeploy by Ben as he had his Lord Terrorgheist here, and it did get a 4-inch sidestep just out the way. But because I knew I had these other 2 pinned here. Even if I only got a 3-inch charge, I figured with a 3-inch pile round, I'd still manage to get the big guy, so I wasn't too concerned there. As it was, I got a good charge in. I managed to get in. I literally spaffed my load. I went for the whole lot. I said I was going to fight twice, once per game, even though, as it turned out, I didn't need it. We went in. We dropped the big guy immediately with Titanic Jewel on as well, with the Finest Hour, and dropped him in one hit. Which then went to Ben. Ben then put a few wounds in here on Red here. Before we brought this the Lava Belly round, he came round, got rid of the purple one at the back. So at this point, the Lord's not even swung his axe for the second time before Red here brought down the other one. So that one had gone as well. The major damage that we took, 4 here, 10 on Red, and 8 on the Lord, all came from the Terrorgheists blowing up. That's where all that came from. It was just pain and gore everywhere. We were meant to be the ones that bleed on them. Didn't happen. Meanwhile, over here, the handbag fight, which wasn't meant to be a handbag fight, I did feel relatively confident to leave them to it with their 4-up shrug and no problems at all. Apparently not according to the dice, and I lost 3 guys and a wound carried over, and then I failed the battle shock test as well, so I lost another guy. So it leaves me with only 6, but we left Ben with just 1 wound remaining on his new unit there. So although they're going to burn at the end of this turn, we advanced up this way. This one was ours, this one was ours. We've now taken this one back off Ben, which gave us score 1, score 2, score more. We got the battle tactic of Beast Slayer. We therefore are on 5 points, but vitally so, these now are not ours. We can't claim these. We can contest them, we just can't claim them. So we're going to have to try and hold them off, I think. But I'm sure we're going to be seeing Terrorgheist popping out the ground and all sorts, but relatively happy with that turn. 10 points plays 5, and let's see how the Flesh Eater Courts respond to that.
Ouch! That was a rough turn. I was definitely relying on winning the priority. This turn now, turn 2, battle tactic went for magical dominance, because Adam's wizards were over there. We got it, nice and easy. We did the Winds of Shaiish, which is a Gorewarden spell, so he picked himself up, took himself over, straight out the way, because there's 3 angry magma drops coming. While he was in here though, he got D3 extra noble deeds points. He cast Mystic Shield and the Winds of Shaiish to jump over there, which gave him a total of 6 noble deed points.
Boo.
Archregant here cast Carrion's Call, and then went for an Arcane Bolt and double wand it. He took 3 wounds, but then he heals D3 and I got D3 3 back, so he's up to 4. Pinky slotted over here. The Morbheg Knights just move around there, trying to get a bit of a formation going. And this lone one over here has fallen back for a potential rally, hopefully.
And also, Ben, we appear to have a Terrorgheist that I thought I'd killed.
Oh yeah!
What? How did that happen, Ben?
Pinky's back.
Why? Why is he back? I don't know.
With the Gorewarden having 6 and his command trait being Master of the Menagerie, can bring a Terrorgheist back for 6 noble deed points.
So he comes back with 6 wounds on him, does he? Yeah.
6 wounds allocated. Yeah.
Allocated.
So, yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. 6 wounds allocated. There we go. So he's there. So killed him, but he's back because apparently you did a good deed.
Yes.
Great. Excellent.
Cast spells, did magic. All good.
So you control that one.
Yeah, I control this one.
And that one.
And this one.
So they're giving you 2. But as I only control that one, because these I can no longer have, and we've all decided not to bother with this one, that gives you scores 1, scores 2, scores more, plus
my dominance,
magical dominance,
which was all good.
Makes it 10 versus 10.
Yeah.
But like me, these two have now been used
and
up,
abused.
used and abused. So we've both
Finito.
lost 2 each. So we'll have to see how that goes, and we'll have to see who's going to make the decision in turn 3.
Come on,
What
fake
about
red
TV?
dice!
Oh,
Yes!
Oh no! No! Damn! Should we reroll? No. There we go.
Yes!
Would you?
I'm going to let Adam take it. Fyreslayers turn 3 coming right up.
Damn it! The nasty Ben made me go first because that's what I was going to do to him. So I had to make the most of it. We had a little ponder and decided to go for a battle tactic that, to be quite honest, I didn't think was going to be available to us this game. But we went surround and destroy. So we took the Keymaster here. He was chosen. We chose the Berserkers here. And we chose the Magmadroth there. So could get to that board edge. Ran these guys out with an auto 6, put them here, and he moved back to there. Meanwhile, we'd cast Mystic Shield on here, on these Berserkers, because Ben is a whole board away from me. And yet again, we had 2 primal dice each. Didn't need them though. We went a heroic recovery here, and Ben shouted out the magical number 1. And so that's what I got. I recovered 1. What a swine. But Keymaster here told his Berserkers, get there into that building, garrison that so that you can control this one here. So finally, this one has been taken care of. So we control this one, we control this one, and Ben controls none. Well,
this one's gone for you now.
And now, yes, unfortunately, after this turn, after scoring it, these 3 are now dead to me, but I can still contest them. And this one's... And these 2 are dead to Ben, and we've got this one that I've just taken control of. Kind of hankering on the idea that probably Ben's going to take it back, so I figured I'd better grab it whilst I could. But that did give me the 5, score 1, score 2, score more, because Ben didn't actually have any at the time, and got the Surround and Destroy, which gives me the 5 points. Takes me to the 15 place 10. So in this kind of weird game of as the board's kind of shifted around. Let's see, why not, if Ben can bring another Terrorgheist back, because that would be fun, wouldn't it?
So, Thek turn 3. We went for Intimidate Invaders, which is to have more in your opponent's territory than inside yours. Spells was quite a good spell. My Archregant did Carrion's Call, so if a unit is set up it can move d6 when it lands. He also went for an Arcane Bolt. We did Mystic Shield with my Gorewarden onto the Red Terrorgheist, and he cast Wind of Shaiish, which is what he cast before, but crucially this time he had something that could fly within 9 inches of him, so he can take it with him. So they're both just chilling over there now.
Boo.
My Archregant jumped onto the throne. He spent 6 Noble Deed points to bring a unit of Morbheg Knights back, which Adam killed last turn, so they're gone. Pinky moved up to get here, and I pushed up here with 3 other Morbheg Knights, and they charged because they count as 3 on an objective when they charge. So I was like, that's sound. But then Adam
popped my my fierce fighting ability so that I could strike first with a command point.
Did a counter strike on me, and he hit them and did exactly 9 wounds, which took the unit
to the nose, didn't it?
Yeah, so I'm hoping I can get 6 noble deed points from somewhere.
Don't. Stop bringing things back. It's really annoying.
And then...
I think I'd be fine because this is new.
Yeah, they're new.
That's new.
Yeah.
Yeah, could really do without any more newness. Thank you very much. Yeah, that'd be fantastic. But
yeah, we're gonna have to go to a dice roll for turn 4
because that gives you now.
Oh yeah, I only score 3 points because I don't hold this one.
No, because with me being in here, I got 9 because you screamed one out.
Yeah.
But I'm holding in here,
yeah.
so this is still mine.
Yeah,
those two.
Pinky rolled an 8 on the charge.
Just couldn't get in, could he? Screened, but not enough. Those 2 are gone for you. Those 3 are gone for me. But this, now with your new shenanigan moves, you've gone and taken this back, which is a swine. So now we need to see.
Well, it's going to be Feck turn 4. I'm calling it.
Oh, okay.
I'm calling it.
Well,
there's a 4.
There's a 4. Oh, go TV!
That's right.
He's called it.
I told you. We don't need to roll dice. Just listen to me.
Just ask you. Well then, Ben.
I'll take the double.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
So, Feck turn 4. It was a bit pivotal. I was relying on a couple of things going the right way, and some did, some didn't. So, start off with, the battle tactic was led into the Maelstrom. So, charge a hero in a battle line, and both of them have to be in combat, or one of them has to be in combat at the end of the turn. My Archregant got lots of points for being on the throne. He cast a couple of spells, got some extra noble deed points, so he was on 4, which in Feast Day, if you have 4 noble deed points, everyone within 12 gets to do an extra attack on all the profiles, so that was good. My Gorewarden was already on 5. I was like, if I can get up to 6, if I cast that one spell, it's another Terrorgheist.
No! I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So I tried to cast the Winds of Shaiish again, to try and teleport everything away, but Adam fortunately stopped it for him.
No.
So I didn't get my noble deed point there, but then I went, it's alright, I've got Maelstrom, and there's a little hero guy there, so I'll be okay, I'll charge into him. Yeah. We charged. I've got 1 wound left.
I've taken 4.
Yeah, don't know how many you've got left, but...
Not enough, but
no,
still
epic. It was a bit of a pillow fight, wasn't it?
It was an epic little fight. You didn't bother charging in with red here, did you? Because you thought could lose the objective point.
Yeah, I didn't want to pull anything else in, or you get a redeploy, so I just kind of jumped on. My Archregant that wasn't here jumped out of his garrison, made a charge, and then got slapped back to a blithering.
He was like, go away, go away.
So yeah, that didn't work out too well, because I only got the 2 heroes, so I was like, I'm going to have to charge both, just in case. And over here, Pinky, my Morbheg Knight, charge, because there was 2 of these. Now, because I'm Gristlegore, at the start of the combat phase, I get to pick any Terrorgheist to basically get the strike first effect. So I picked Pinky, took a chunk into there, went with a Gorewarden, took a chunk into there, and Adam hit here, left me with 1 wound left on that Morbheg.
So close to wiping them out. I'm sick of fighting those things.
Again, I know, they're the ones I brought back as well.
I know, it's like, oh my god.
I've got 3 more to bring back in.
Stop it!
But yeah, I kept the standard bearer there because he's the guy that gives you counters 3 on the charge. Now, I've got 8 on there, and Adam's got 9. Just shy.
Go me.
Just a couple more wounds, and I could have maybe taken that objective, but I don't hold it. But it's gone for Adam now.
Yep, that's it. It's going to be
well, in his turn.
In my turn, it'll go. Yeah.
Yeah, and that one that Tiny's on
will go for you.
Yeah.
After this, you've claimed it now, so you've got 1 there.
Yeah, and I did my battle tactic, so I'm only scoring the 3 points again.
tips it to the 16.
Yeah,
Let's-
I'm clawing away because you've
what
got
you
to
did
get over here.
I have.
Which might be possible because then you've got a cheeky speed room.
Cheeky bit of speed, bit of movement, but
my Terrorgheist is over here, so it depends if you want to come and kill it. So.
I am tempted by that. I am very tempted by that. But we'll see. Right.
Yeah. We'll go to Slayers turn 4.
Fyreslayers turn 4. It's really starting to warm up. See what I did there? Okay, so we went primal dice. Well, I got one. Ben didn't, so we got one each. And I started to have a look around the board, wondering what battle tactics I could get at this stage. Had a little bit of a thought of siege. Couldn't do that. Seize, even, not siege. Even though that feels like what we're under. To maybe score more than we already had, but with burning and everything, Ben didn't have that. So I went down to the old simple intimidate. I think it would be a very good time. Let's get some intimidation on. So that's what we went for. We figured as we've got the Magmadroths out, we've got the Berserkers out, they've got 4, I've got 3 in here. We should be able to get that one without too much stress. Over here, as we'd gone second in the turn, our Wizard of the Day, he had a Mystical Shield he cast on himself, and then Ben went to stop the next one, but we got the Arcane Bolt through, and we fried off the, what was the champ's name?
Gorewarden.
Gorewarden. He is no more. Did we want to go then charge a Terrorgheist with 6 wounds? No, didn't feel like it at all, so we left him exactly where we were. Readdressed the balance here, sat waiting, possibly, hopefully, if we get the double. Meanwhile, we sprinted, legged it along here. We popped an auto 6 run and ran along here and then smashed the throne to rubble. Meanwhile, over here, we got just enough to run onto here and claim this one. And then the big fight here, the Berserkers, woo, that's how exciting it got.
Yeah.
The Berserkers.
I saw the Terrorgheist.
That was it. Like spinning. Berserkers got roared, so we couldn't all out attack. And we thought, should we try and finish this guy off? Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we should try and hit the Terrorgheist. Let's put it all into the Terrorgheist. Put it all into the Terrorgheist. Terrorgheist is still here. Didn't even bracket him. Meanwhile, a few hits back, took 3 more Berserkers out, which put us on, counting as 6. Terrorgheist plus 1 is 6. But we originally had this one, so we hold on to it. Used a command point to make sure we didn't run away. And that was about the story of the turn, really. We'd used the rune of speed, obviously, to move along a little bit. Didn't get a 6 to enhance that any further. Yeah, so we were quite happy with that, because it's so hard to keep track of what's burned and what's not burned now. These 3, obviously, we can't have, but we can contest. Ben's lost this one now. I'm going to lose this one after this turn, so I've got this one and this one, so it gave me 1, 2 more. I've still got that one available to me, but this one, like I say, is going to go to me. Got the Intimidate, so gave me the 5 points, taking it to 20 place 16, with a tasty little roll for turn 5. WGTV! Oh, it's 3 all! So Ben gets to decide, is it going to be Feck? Or is it going to be Fyreslayers?
I don't know, you know. Adam predicted he was going to win this one.
I can't predict it like you.
I've not thought about it. I think
No.
I'll have to take it just to try and scramble some points.
Okay.
This is going to be really, really quick. Battle tactic: scream to death. Shout at something with a Terrorgheist. That's it.
That's it.
I had no heroes, so no fancy shenanigans, no spells, no heroic actions. just screamed that little dwarf of a Terrorgheist.
Which he did.
Absolutely obliterated him. And then
Blood pouring out my ears.
Adam obliterated my Terrorgheist.
Yes, so in revenge.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, it was. You got Roar off though, and then there was some wailing and hitting. But we thought, oh, what the heck? We've only got 4 guys left. Why don't we wail into a Terrorgheist? And down to the wound, I think, pretty much, wasn't it?
Yeah, spot on. Exactly to the wound.
Bang. Then he exploded, caused another wound, which I'm getting really bored of now. And still, Mr. I've come back, and don't worry, I'll come back again, probably, no doubt, is still here. But I could only contest this, so Ben didn't take it. So therefore, only getting the...
Yeah, because I didn't get a charge off here. I was kind of hoping for a bit of a charge, try and knock that Terrorgheist. I've got Terrorgheist on my mind.
Yeah, Terrorgeist everywhere.
Knock that Magma Drop off, because he's only got 8 wounds left.
Yep.
But yeah, didn't get any objectives this turn, just the battle tactic, Scream to Death for 2 points. So it puts me on 18 with not Adam's turn next.
Yeah! What? Where's this in the new Flesh Eater Cults book? What? Yes, so Fyreslayers, turn 5 coming up. The real turn.
Fuck.
Yeah. Fyreslayer, turn 5. Well, time to mop up this so-called Flesh Eater Court army. I think that's what it'd come down to. It was really a case of finding to see if there was still a battle tactic available, and fortunately, because Ben had screamed my mighty Rune Lord, or Rune Father as it were, to death, I had a grudge to settle. Turns out that's a battle tactic. So that's what it was, provided we drop that foul beast this turn with something, then that will be the battle tactic. So meanwhile, before we'd done that, we scampered round to clip onto this objective so that we'd have these 2, and came over here, used our fire stream, and spat basically on the remaining knight. He fell over, and over here we basically mobbed a wounded Terrorgheist. A very wounded Terrorgheist. You know, just didn't know what it'd done wrong, really. We used a Titanic Jewel to go in and beat it up a little bit more. Used the fire stream again, get a few more wounds off. Ben did use a new one.
Oh yeah, my new monstrous action. It's called Delectable Advertiser.
Yes, apparently a berserker is a delectable appetite. So, what does it you do? So
on a 3-up. Oh, they've got to have a wound characteristic of 2 or less.
Which, conveniently, I do.
Yeah, and then on a 3-up, they take D3 mortal wounds, just like a stomp, but then any wounds they do, they heal. So.
Yay! Great. So, as soon as I was hitting him, he was getting back up again.
Yeah, it's
so
like a Healy stomp.
A Healy stomp, great, fantastic. But for his sins, we deleted him out. Yeah. So,
Pure red.
Poor red. So, the Flesh Eater Courts have gone. We got the score 1, score 2, score more, got the battle tactic, and the grand strategy, because we have our runic firewall still in play. And I think it's time to go to the conclusion. Conclusion time! So, Ben was very excited at the beginning of the game. Are we still excited?
Yeah, still am.
Good.
So
excellent.
It's a new book. It's a lot of new stuff to learn.
Yep.
Like your little bubbles, your noble deed points.
Yeah.
It's like, do you heal or do you get the noble deed points to try and bring something back? But
do you stay out of combat? Do you not?
Did you get points for being in combat as well?
So
casting.
Yeah, there's so much to take in, so much to learn.
Yeah.
And this scenario is not exactly the easiest one.
No.
You know, with the kind of switch it on, switch it off. It's, do I take the turn? Do I not take the turn?
Yeah.
Do I start on an objective?
You kind of want to bait them onto it so that you don't lose it for holding it 2 in a row.
Yeah.
But you don't want to.
I think there was a very pivotal turn 2. Very pivotal.
Yeah. I think it was turn 1 when I pushed forward. If I could have got the 3rd Terrorgheist,
you'd have charged
in a
probably,
line.
wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'd have charged all 3.
But because of the garrison building, because of the space, because of the massive bases,
it was
held.
too tight. Maybe I should have charged. I could have got rid of 1, but just
You didn't.
letting you hit me if you got the priority without
Yeah.
having to charge or anything.
And you might have only got one in. If you got one in and it got mobbed then by the other ones,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you could have got. Well,
It was a risky play, but
yeah, I think I can see how it was going. You know, I mean, technically speaking, when you screamed, because you screamed and knocked quite a few wounds. What was it, 6 wounds straight away?
yeah, because if you're within 9 of the Grim Garland, then you're -2 bravery characteristic straight away. So
yeah, and then
The
that could have been
screen's
double
crazy.
stacked if you'd had the throne closer as well. If you're within 24 of that,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
another -2 as well. So that would be -4. So they're going to be absolutely terrifying to some people, and just straight off the characteristic and be
Yeah.
screaming things straight off the board.
yeah,
you
anything
know.
with low bravery is my
Yeah.
game.
I mean, you know, I was pretty. Have you got a knight of the match or a flesh eater court of the match?
I have a Terrorgheist of the match.
Yes, I thought you might have.
It's,
Yeah.
It's Pinky, the
Yep.
pink and white one, because he was the only one that rolled a 6 on the maul.
He did.
I only
the
rolled
entire
1
game.
6 all game, with all my attacks, with all my Terrorgheist.
Which normally when I play you, it's every time you roll, it's
Yeah.
6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Everything's but it wasn't.
I'm not using them Red Warglaw TV guys.
The cold got into you.
Yeah.
That's what it was. The fire that is beneath us. Yeah. So now have I got one? I think everyone performed very well, but I think, obviously tipping the game completely in my favour, I've got to give it to the Lord on Magmadroth.
Yeah.
Going in, leading
It
the
was a good
charge. Beast Slayer, didn't even swing twice, didn't even need to, had his finest hour,
Yeah.
inspired the troops around him, dropped the 3 Terrorgeists all in one hit, took the most amount of damage, and almost finished on full health after trying to heal every turn thereafter, going heal, fix, heal, fix, heal, fix. Yeah, it was a very dominant display by him. But, there was quite a few nice pieces all the way through. I can definitely see where Fyreslayers have struggled at the moment with the attacks in that. But with a little bit of work, though, they still do the job. They're still hard to shift. Berserkers having the 4-up shrug when there's heroes nearby, within the 9 inches.
Yeah.
I think using the tower to hide in really gave us a big advantage over there. Obviously, -1 to be hit and then +1 to our save whilst we're in there with a 4-up shrug. We're going to stick around for a bit in there. It kind of forced you onto that, really, once you burned those ones early. It was a good old struggle. I liked it. It was a good game. It was a nice introduction to the Flesh Eater Courts. It did surprise me how quickly things were coming back.
Yeah, it's really, really easy. And I think if you had, I've seen a couple of people bring horrors and more Morbheg knights and stuff, but then you need more heroes. But with more heroes, you get more deed points. With more deed points, you can bring back more stuff if it dies.
Yeah.
So, I think the regeneration capabilities is phenomenal, to be fair.
I dropped 3 Terrorgeists, yet I had to kill 2 more Terrorgeists. Because you brought...
I only brought one
back, didn't you? Yeah, you brought one back. You were
back-
very close to bringing another one back there at one point, weren't you?
Yeah, but you stopped that spell.
If that one spell, otherwise another one could have just cranked up. The Knights, I was sick of seeing them, between rallying and then being brought back. How many units of those did you have on you started with 2, and then...
I think...
Is it only 1?
I think I only cycled 1.
1 back, right, okay then.
But I had 1 left, and then I rallied 2 back because I rolled double 6.
Yeah, as well, yeah. That was big, yeah. That's why I was getting sick of those guys.
Yeah. But they're great as well.
Yeah, there's a lot in it, so I think there's a lot of play, and we'll definitely do it a little bit more, won't we? You know, and hopefully, if you like this, then all means go check out some of the other videos. By all means, check out our brand new website as well that you'll see on the bottom of the screen, which you'll see all the latest shenanigans coming out of the channel, also all the latest tournaments that we're doing as well. And if you want to get in touch, turn up on the Thursday evening, come play the guys. Heck, play on the channel. Get in touch. That'll be the main thing.
Get to play on this brand new shiny table.
Ooh, shiny table,
Hope you liked it.
with flashing lights. So, as we always say, until next time, bye.